This video, I want to give you my biggest tip or piece of advice for going into a calorie deficit to lose weight or body fat. Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jodie and I help you change your beliefs so you can change your body, your health, and your life. I do really like to distinguish between weight loss and fat loss because they are not the same thing. And if you are going into a calorie deficit to lose weight, you really do want to make sure that most of that weight is body fat and not just muscle mass. This changes the whole process and it changes what you need to expect as well. And that brings me to my biggest tip for going into your deficit and what to kind of expect in your first month or two if you are doing things right and if you are targeting fat loss. You really should expect not a lot of change on the scale. Now, some of you, this won't be the case. It really does depend on your starting position and how much body fat you actually have to lose. But what I see with so many of my clients, they have this expectation that, okay, I've gone through body recomposition because majority of my clients do start out in that kind of skinny fat category. I've gone through body recomposition. I've done everything right. I've built my calories up higher so that I'm in a better place to start a deficit for continued fat loss, because you can lose body fat at maintenance. And I see this in my clients. They will often continue losing body fat even though we're building their calories up. Again, not with everyone, but with a lot of my clients this happens and it is possible. They think that because they are starting their deficit from a higher place and they go into a deficit and create quite a big deficit for them, they think things are going to change fast and rapidly on the scale in their bodies. But that isn't usually the case, and it can be really disheartening, especially when you see other fitness professionals or coaches or even influencers posting things like their body weight going down week by week, expected rates of weight loss that you should be losing week by week. If that's not happening to you, it can be very easy to get into a mindset of, this isn't working, what am I doing wrong, I need to cut calories further, or something like that. And that is the biggest mistake you can make, to cut calories further too soon. Now, so many of my clients tell me this. They'll get into month 3 of their deficit and they'll be like, I'm so glad I listened to you. I'm so glad I kept going. I'm so glad I had you to tell me to keep going, because it was really hard for me to trust the process, so I had to trust you instead. And they are so thankful they didn't give up. This is what you have to be able to do yourself, right? If you don't have a coach or any other external support or guidance, you have to be willing to stay the course, even though it looks like nothing is happening, because very likely it is. In my next masterclass, I'm actually going to be discussing all things deficits, how to calculate your perfect deficit for you, what is too big, what is too small, and then also what you can kind of rely on as a source of data to really indicate that you are doing things right, even though the scale might not be changing for up to 2 months into your deficit, even though measurements or none of your numbers are changing, right? What do you need to look for to know that you are definitely in a deficit and making progress? I'm going to be discussing all of this and more. So if you are interested, make sure you check out my inner circle. I put the link to that in my description box. Seriously, so cheap and so much value in there already, and it's constantly evolving. I'm literally adding to it every single week. And you get the opportunity for live coaching with me once a month as well, where you can ask all your questions about your specific situation. Anyway, deficits, so hard to actually do. Everybody responds slightly differently, but I see in the majority of my clients this happen time and time again. They go into a deficit with certain expectations and it doesn't happen how they think, especially because they are trying to lose body fat and not just weight. If you're only focused on losing weight, you can lose muscle, and that happens quite fast and easily, but you have to be very careful, right? What you actually desire. Do you want weight loss or do you want a better looking and feeling body? Because they are not the same thing. Just weight loss on its own doesn't necessarily mean you are going to end up with the body that you desire. Fat loss, on the other hand, and making sure you have muscle mass on you that is going to get you that kind of toned, lean physique that most of you do desire. Obviously, I am generalizing there. That is all for this video. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment. If you liked it, please like it. If you'd like to see more, please subscribe. And if that's the case, I will see you in the next video.